What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shane Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Thema, storytime music. So, a lot of people have been giving Sha'Carri Richardson an excuse to fail. Chad Ochocinco, formerly known as Chad Johnson, Gabrielle Union, a bunch of idiots on the political left. And I like Chad Johnson, I really do. I'm not going to call him an idiot because I got a lot of respect for Chad Ochocinco. But he's wrong on this one, which is giving people in the black world a reason to fail. Okay? I don't like it. I don't care, men, women, adults. You're out there doing something. You're supposed to be successful and you're supposed to be where you're supposed to be at. But a lot of folks want to give Sha'Carri Richardson a reason to fail. But now, coming from the top of Mount Olive, Mount Sinai, looking down from the heavens of the hills, the great himself, the GOAT, Usain Bolt, he's had enough of this shit, okay? And we know Usain Bolt, he stays out of a lot of drama. He sees the things going on with the Jamaicans versus the African-American beef. And the thing I like about Usain, not only was he, 6'5" and can run like anybody else, nobody's business, he worked hard. He represented his country in a very positive way. And Jamaica is on the map primarily in track and field because of Usain Bolt, in my opinion. They've always been good, but he is the one that took it to another level. And what did Usain Bolt say? He told Sha'Carri Richardson something very simple. Date music! I will tell Sha'Carri, train harder and be focused and not say too much. If you talk that big talk, you have to back it up. So just train hard and focus on that and try to come back, do it, and then talk about it. You know what? I'm gonna mention somebody who back in the 90s, and you guys remember him. He was a guy by the name of Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders, if he didn't retire early, would have the league's NFL rushing record today. He's probably by far the greatest NFL running back that the world has ever seen. I mean, and he had an offensive line that was mediocre. I mean, he didn't have the big hogs like Emmitt Smith pulling for him. He didn't have a good quarterback like Troy Aikman. I mean, the best he could do was Scott Mitchell, who was an overweight offensive left-handed lineman, okay? You guys remember, Barry Sanders was the most prolific running back I think that the world had ever seen since Gale Sayers. And whenever Barry Sanders scored a touchdown, what did he do? He would walk over and give the referee the football. Never made any shouting, anything like that, okay? But if he wanted to talk a lot of shit, he could definitely back it up. Muhammad Ali, great boxer, talked a lot of shit, but he backed it up, okay? Sha'Carri Richardson is a person that talks too much and ain't doing nothing. Ain't that what James Brown had a song called Talking Loud, but ain't saying nothing? That's Sha'Carri Richardson. And do you wonder why? I'm gonna take it back to the black community today. This is why black immigrants beat African Americans. And I'm going back on that tangent because many of them, it's not really the culture of, Africans. I'm in Africa right now, so I've been all through the continent, and you have people who bag and boast and stuff like that. But really, for the people who are really professional and are good at what they do, it's they expect that of themselves. Okay, you're not gonna really see too many people coming to America, or people who are just at a high level, that are really excelling and bragging about it. But you damn sure ain't gonna see somebody in last place talking a lot of shit. Okay. And as somebody like Usain Bolt, who you can't come out and say nothing about, I don't even think the guy's ever lost a race. If he did, please let me know. Get your ass out there and train, and then you talk. But that message isn't just for Sha'Carri Richardson. It's for the black community as a whole. A lot of us spend too much talking to the people that have power over us. Talking trash. Saying what we gonna do if this happened. What we gonna do if that happened. And Dr. John Henry Clark, he talked about it in a lecture. Look at what Japan did. Japan was decimated after World War II. They didn't say anything. They went back into the lab, and then all of a sudden, what did you see? You saw Canon cameras. You saw Toyota. You saw Fujitsu. You saw Honda. Okay? You saw Sony. All companies that you recognize today probably not even realizing that they're Japanese made, but they came back and they beat people and they put damn near General Motors and Chrysler out of business by just creating things that were better. But they wasn't talking trash about what they gonna do. They just pulled up and started doing it. But too many times in our community, we get people who have a little bit of success. They get a little bit of, they get on a little bit. You know, they might win 1 or 2 races, and then all of a sudden they start getting on. That's why you see, like, even when people start getting money in the black community, look at folks once they start getting money. Just even here on YouTube, people start having jewelry, rappers, jewelry, Instagram, new cars. You know, that new money, just so happy to be, ain't got nothing but just bragging about having nothing. Look at Warren Buffett. Same house he been had for 40, 50 years. When you see him out in public, he don't be having no thousands of dollars on him. He got what, $500, $400 in cash? He don't go around bragging about what he doing, what he got going on. He just show up and do it. It's every day's work. But you have people who would rather be mediocre and brag about it, be a great bragger about being mediocre, bragging about being 6th place, than somebody actually putting in the work to be the best. And that's what we have a lot of times in our culture. We have a lot of mediocre people who brag about doing nothing. I'm looking at you, Dr. Umar Johnson. Yeah, I said it. Brag a lot about doing nothing. The king of consciousness, the king of Pan-Africanism, and ain't got shit accomplished. But you want to come for people who are doing the work. But you want to compare yourself to people who in the past, you know, you want to compare yourself to Malcolm X and compare yourself to all of the greats that we had, the Dr. Amos Wilsons. You want to be in that same class without that same resume. People like Floyd Mayweather can talk the talk. People like Malcolm X can talk the talk because they live what they talk. But you need to get back and focus on yourself before you start bragging about how good you are, before you start bragging about what you're doing. Are you going to be the top like Michael Jordan? You come back and you make things happen for yourself, then you brag. Like me, stop the show. I'm one of the coldest YouTube creators, and I have a history of influencing content creators all through Black YouTube. I'm the best when it comes to that. Why? Because a lot of my guys have been more successful even than me. And I can say that with validity. Everybody knows that. So when I brag about that, it's true. Most of the content creators that's hot right now on Black YouTube come through me. But I can say that with validity because that's what I do. It ain't bragging if it's true, but you can't say it if it's not true. You can't be talking trash about what you're gonna do and you ain't did nothing. And your ass coming in the last place like Sha'Carri. So shout out to Dr. Usain Bolt, and I'm calling him the doctor because he's the greatest of all time at the track and field. I appreciate him for setting the system straight, and he did it in such a meaningful and elegant way. Well, guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.